one of the things to teach a product owner apprentice is negotiation. Negotiation is something that as a product owner, really as any team member, but especially as a product owner, you're going to be using constantly. You're going to have to negotiate with the developers on your team. You're going to have to negotiate with your stakeholders. You're going to have to negotiate with the leadership in your organization. If you, as a product owner, want to be able to influence the things in your organization that affect your ability to deliver value, even if you don't control them, you need to understand how to negotiate and engage with the people who can. So negotiation is really important. So as a product owner apprentice, there's a great book. I'm trying to remember the author, but the title is Never Split the Difference. And Never Split the Difference is about negotiation. It's written by the FBI's head hostage negotiator for the last 20 years. And he talks about it as whether you're negotiating bedtime for your kids or negotiating hostage release, it's the same tools and techniques that you use. He has a masterclass on masterclass.org as well, which is awesome. And what you need to consider as a product owner, and if you're helping out an apprentice product owner, they need to understand the ramifications of the decisions that they're making and how to engage in communication that gets them to an effective result, right? So just because a stakeholder wants something, even if they're the CEO, doesn't mean it's a good idea to build it. It just doesn't mean it's a good idea to do it. But you might not be able to just say no to that person. What are the tools and techniques that you build as an individual to help you enable that other person to withdraw the request, is the way I think about it, right? You don't want to say no, you want them to say no. So you might not start with saying no. You might start with asking them questions about what it is they expect to achieve from that thing. And when they don't know the answers, that could be a good indication that it's not well thought through. Perhaps you sit with them and do a lean business canvas. What information do they need? For example, the CEO. If you're an apprentice product owner, you're not going to be able to say no to the CEO. What do they need to understand themselves so that they say no? That's what you need to enable as a product owner. You need to enable their understanding so that they realize that that's not the outcome that they're trying to achieve. And if you want them to say yes to something, if you're the product owner asking for more money or asking for new features or asking for a different name for your product or more budget, whatever those things are, you don't want to start by just asking a question that has a yes or no response. Will you give me the money for this? No, right? You want to figure out, how do you get to yes? And it's not always a straight line. That's what negotiation is all about. So these are fantastic skills that you need to learn. And we do cover some of them in the professional Scrum product owner class. We don't dive that deeply, right? I mean, we've got a 2-day class. You can't really dive too deeply into some of these topics. But what we do cover is what are the things that you need to understand, and where can you find the additional information that you need to engage in longer term learning about this topic or these stories. And if you're taking our immersive classes, right, they have a lot more assignments to go and do in your organization, so you would be able to come back. We can talk about how you engage with people in your organization and how you improve those techniques over time. That's the value of negotiation. And as a product owner, apprentice, or as somebody who's getting started as a product owner, or even you've been a product owner for a while and you're struggling to engage with people and get that influence that you need to maximize value, those are the techniques that you probably want to focus on. Negotiation techniques. If you find it hard to learn negotiation skills, my team at Naked Agility can help you find a product ownership course or coach who can help you, or we can find somebody who can. Don't let these sorts of issues undermine your ability to deliver value, and get help with them as soon as you can. Use the links in the description to get in touch.